Hey there! If you're looking for a fun and easy way to earn rewards, including cash and prizes, check out the link in the video description.
Only a third of Americans believe former President Donald Trump should spend time behind bars after being found guilty of 34 felony charges, new research has revealed. Support for the 2024 hopeful remains strong despite Trump, 77, becoming the first former president in United States history to be convicted of a crime. Trump was found guilty on 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in his now infamous hush money trial in a Manhattan court last week. He is set to be sentenced on July 11 at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Trump's conviction is considered a classy felony, which can result in a fine, probation, or up to 4 years in prison for each count. While it remains unclear what the former president's fate will be, approximately 1 in 3 Americans believe he should be sentenced to time in jail. New polling conducted by Talker Research found that 36% of Americans think jail time is an appropriate punishment, while 33% support Trump getting a hefty fine. When broken up by parties, around 62% of Democratic participants supported jail time, compared to a small 12% of Republicans. Meanwhile, 17% of respondents said they believed Trump losing business licenses would be an appropriate punishment for the conviction. An additional 17% support probation, 13% backed community service, and 6% said they believed something else should be considered. The survey also found that over half, 53%, of Americans agreed with the guilty verdict, including 90% of Democrats and 17% of Republicans. At the same time, around 1 in 6 Americans, 17%, said they believed the president is above the law, including 13% of Democrats and 19% of Republicans. The poll, which surveyed 500 Republicans and 500 Democrats, also found that 37% of Americans believe Trump should no longer be eligible to run for president. However, experts have revealed that the conviction will likely not hurt his chances for another shot at the White House. There's nothing prohibiting a convicted felon from being president of the United States, former prosecutor Nima Rahmani previously told our channel. Theoretically, Trump could be in prison and still be president of the United States, earning the Constitution, he added. Our channel spoke to a legal expert on the question of whether Donald Trump can still serve as president if he is in prison. If Donald Trump is found guilty, even if he's sentenced to prison, which is unlikely in the New York case, he can still be president, former prosecutor Nima Rahmani told our channel. There's nothing prohibiting a convicted felon from being president of the United States. Theoretically, Trump could be in prison and still be president of the United States, earning the Constitution. The only requirements are that he be 35 and be born in the United States and not have engaged in an insurrection. The only requirements are that he be 35 and be born in the United States and not have engaged in an insurrection. Despite the conviction, voter support for Trump remains strong. The survey found that the former president saw only a 2 percentage point drop in individuals who said they were likely to vote for Trump in the November 2024 presidential election. Specifically, 45% of individuals polled said they were likely to cast their vote for Trump ahead of the conviction. After the guilty verdict, only 43% said they stuck by that decision. A jury in New York City has found Donald Trump guilty on 34 counts of falsifying business records to hide hush money he had paid to adult film star Stormy Daniels before the 2016 presidential election. The first former U.S. president to be convicted of a felony, but remains the Republican frontrunner in his bid for the White House against Joe Biden. Trump's sentencing date is scheduled for July 11, 2024. However, his attorneys may try to push this until after the presidential election on November 5, which is unlikely to happen without good cause. Trump, 77, is still allowed to speak to the press, travel outside the state, and continue his presidential campaign. His guilty verdict also doesn't automatically make him a convicted felon. The charges against Trump are classy felonies, the least serious category in New York law, with each count carrying a maximum 4-year prison sentence. Trump could also pay fines and restitution as part of his sentence or face probation. Judge Juan Merchan said he